So with this video, I'm just going to play around with some inks that I have in my art studio and a really cheap canvas that I probably wouldn't use for anything else but an experiment. So I hope you enjoy this video. I really had fun doing it, and it actually is one of the pieces that people really notice when they come into my studio and comment on it. So
So with this project, you're going to think I'm a little nuts. I'm going a little bit away from my acrylic paint. I have buckets and buckets, actually, of alcohol and dye-based inks and fabric-based inks on my shelves, and some of them are just kind of starting to dry up. So I'm going to start using some of them today. You can see how old they are, that the stickers are worn out on the top. So these are Tinta. I don't even know if these are available at all online. I will look for you. And I'm using a brown, a silver, a dark blue, an olive green. I don't see names on them. And a beautiful turquoise color. And then I'm going to mix in a little bit thicker, it's a pearl pigment paste. Well, actually, it's a little bit thinner than a pigment paste. And oddly enough, I have some gold that is the Testers brand, kind of like you would use on your, like the fake model cars or whatever. Sometimes I will use an actual spray paint and mix in with some alcohol, but today we're just going to go with what we have, and we're just going to play with this. So I'm going to use alcohol. I put in a little bottle. These are just for bakers, so you see it has a little hole in the top. So I'll use that today. And we're going to also use my heat gun to blow things around a little bit. So let's try this. It's just some fun stuff that I pulled off the shelf. If you don't have any of these products, just so you know, I'm just doing this for fun. So see what you can do with it, all right? All right, so I think I'm ready now. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my pipette, stick it down in my ink, and let it draw for each one. And I decided I'm not going to use the dark blue. I'm just going to use the brown, the olive green, and the turquoise, and then this brilliant pink, and then of course my gold. There we go. That one must have been stuck at the bottom. Now this brilliant pink is just fabulous, isn't it? And I will actually use some toothpicks with those because I just want a little bit here and there. So you see it's used, but it's liquidy still. So I have sprayed my canvas, the back of it, with water. As you can see, it has a little bit of dimples in it, and the water will help that to tighten up. I'm going to start with some alcohol. Now this is 70% alcohol. I usually use 99% alcohol. But because of COVID, I was not able to find what I wanted. So I'm just going to use what I have. Get some of the alcohol to loosen that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull that off. Let it drip. There we go. Don't want to waste any of it. Sometimes just a little bit of pigment goes a long way, especially when you're working with alcohols. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to move these closer. Even if we have a little bit of a drip, it's okay. All right, so let's do some of this. I want it in all kinds of spots. Now this is an inexpensive canvas, so I'm not sure how it will work with these alcohol inks. We'll see. I love this color. I don't have any whites. There's no whites here. Interesting, the reaction here. So this is the brown. And then we're going to go with like a lot of green, but mostly around the edges. And just a few. It's like big spots. All right. Down at this end. This is fun. I don't think I want any more of the brown though. A little too much. All right, let's see how we can do this. All right, hold on. A little bit too much right here. Too much of that. Whoa. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's move it. Let's move it. I should have my gloves on. Hold on. Love that. So, this canvas, even though it says it's primed, is not going to work very well for these inks. That's a good thing to note. But it's beautiful. Oh, I love the negative spaces. Don't you? Let me move some of this over here. Oh, I love how this is turning out. I think that might be, oh, wonderful. A little bit of darker up here. All right, that's what I want so far. Now let me get my gold in play here. Hold on. We're going to go for some gold. Just trying to move some of my drips around. All right. So you see how the gold reacts? It loves the alcohol inks. Does a spread out, watch it moving. So I try to kind of put it at the edge of things. So if you like this fun experiment, let me know in the comments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this when I'm done playing with it and when it is dry. And you can just fill me in my comments about what you liked about it. Thanks for watching. All right, so here are my wet results. So we'll look at it again tomorrow. Isn't that beautiful? Seems like it's hard for me to show you in the camera, but this is actually a deep burgundy. It looks in my camera kind of like it's a red, bright red, but it's actually a deep burgundy wine. So let's look at this again.